two questions for you. The first question is, what's today been like for you? What's your big headlines?
Resilience. I think that's the only word I know. I think I have changed my career 4 times, lived in so many different countries, come from a very humble background. I think it just takes resilience. And most importantly, when I just know, when you see a problem, don't just see it, just do something about it. So I think the word for me is resilience.
So, first of all, resilience is great, but you know what? We're all change makers in the room, and it doesn't matter where you are or what the problem is. I love the person who said, every problem is an opportunity. I think I've spent my whole lifetime looking at problems as being opportunities, and that's probably why, I'm the person I am, simply because I don't take no for an answer. Those of you who know me, I will find a way around a problem. I think we underestimate our own strengths. And I think, when you came up on stage, it's a tough thing to do, to actually show your vulnerability. But there was a strength in it. And I think we shouldn't be scared of showing that sometimes we don't know, we can't get it right, that we need help, that we need to ask. And all of you brilliant people are here because Lalita and Rupa asked you to be here. But you came because you all knew you would take something away. So for me today is about, what do I do now? What's the next thing I'm going to do to bring that transformational change? How can I help people like you to open a door to another place, another signpost? How can we actually really influence the debate around us? Because ultimately, it's up to us. And I just don't want to wait for somebody else to do it for me. So I've been this bumbling person that's gone through life just thinking, right, if nobody opens the door, then I'll open it myself. If the table's not big enough, then guess what? I don't want to be on your table. I'll just get my own. So let's just change the narrative for ourselves.
Absolutely. One other question. So if money no object and you had a magic wand, what would you do for the women in the Commonwealth? Over to you, Rupa.
That's a good question, because oftentimes we don't have money, but we have great ideas. So I'll just say what we are going to do after this, because that's very important. Like, if we go out from this conference, what World Women Foundation will be doing after this. So I come from a state called Orissa, and it's one of the most vibrant and the home for close to 28 tribal cultures. And with the penetration of AI, with the fast pace of change that is happening right in front of us, I think we are leaving behind so many people, and most importantly, women. So as World Women Foundation, we are opening our first AI training center for tribal women in India. That is the first thing I'll do. Money, I don't know. How will I do it? I'll figure out. And third, who will I ask for help? I will activate my super nodes. I think I will get definitely help how to get it done. The next big project for the World Women Foundation is when, again, we walk into hospitals, we always ask for female doctors. But what about the working condition of female doctors in the Commonwealth countries? They often see hundreds of patients every day, do not have human conditions in which they work. So we are committing to build 20 restrooms in large hospitals where these female doctors will have a safe toilet and also have clean drinking water and few hours to rest. So next time when you go to a hospital and you ask for a female doctor, yes, you can ask for it because you invested in it. But if you are not investing in these female doctors and you're asking for them, we are doing injustice to these doctors. So these are the two tangible things. We do not have the resources. We'll figure it out and we'll do it. And maybe some of you will help us do it. Thank you.
expensive. If we want to have change, we have to be in the room. So if money was no object for me to have as a barrier, then I really want to do 2 or 3 massive big things. First of all, climate change finance is too bloody difficult to navigate. It's really, really hard, and the people who are going to deliver it don't have the time to sit there going through reams and reams of processes, because the countries that need it are the countries that are least equipped to actually process it. So let's put some investment into that. The second thing is, all of these organizations that are men-led, I have nothing against them. But what I do have is I want some space at that table with them. And so my mantra, and those who know me know it, I'm not displacing men, I'm just making space for women. And so if money wasn't a problem for us to spend it, then let's find out how we can actually make these organizations much, much more inclusive, because we have the people. They're sitting in rooms like this who can go and change the narrative. I don't think there is anything that we cannot do if we put our minds to it. But the biggest barrier to all, whether it's business, whether it's access to organizations like this, where you want to go and have a conversation, is money. So, let's have a think about how we do that. I love the bit about hospitals, but I also think that there is a big debate around schools. I think we are still where we prefer the boys get the education and the girls stay at home and manage. And in this country, horrific. We heard the earlier modern day slavery, horrible. But let's ask ourselves one question. Why is it we accept garments that we know could never on the face of this planet, if they were made in this country, be made at the cost that they're selling them at? I don't get it. So let's start questioning ourselves, and then questioning the organizations who we believe are cheating the public.